Is Gary Gensler about to be fired? Maybe. Plus, I'm going to go over what other people that I follow that are very popular but are actually good, what they are saying about Gary Gensler as well. You're going to want to hear this. Okay, so Warren Davidson, he's a congressman from Ohio. He tweeted this, right? He tweeted, "Today I filed the SEC Stabilization Act to restructure the SEC.gov and fire Gary Gensler." So here's what he wrote. He wrote, "U.S. capital markets must be protected from a tyrannical chairman." We definitely have that, including the current one. That is why I'm introducing legislation to fix the ongoing abuse of power to ensure protection that is in the best interest of markets for years to come. It is time for real reform to fire Gary Gensler as chair of the SEC. I'm going to give you my opinion on this, okay? But first, I want to go over what Miles Dusher said. He said, flashback to the time Gary Gensler shilled Algorand in 2019. Imagine that. He didn't get in trouble for shilling Algorand, but, you know, he's like, just goes ahead and just does whatever he wants without any punishment at all. See, these people are above the law. I know, just hold on a second before you switch the channel here. So a little bit about Gary Gensler and why he's above the law is because he started out his career working for Goldman Sachs, and he like carried that on. I would say till now, he still works for Goldman Sachs because guess what? Goldman Sachs is the Federal Reserve. JP Morgan is the Federal Reserve. If you don't believe me, check out The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. All right, that will give you a history lesson on that stuff. But anyways, he's not going to get arrested, and he works for central banks. That is why they're not going to get rid of him. And if they do, it's going to be somebody just as bad because he's a central bank puppet. Moving on, we have alt BTC Cycles on Twitter saying, "I continue to believe that the attack on crypto by SEC was well-timed, as they know the floodgates will open this week when CPI starts," which is the Consumer Price Index, which is government inflation, which they're going to come out with pretty soon, coming down heavily, and the Fed stops hiking. So he believes that the Fed is going to absolutely stop hiking. We will see. I'm going to go over a couple more tweets that people might actually agree with that. But the dollar's about to nuke. That's what he says. Good for gold, good for Bitcoin. I'm not so sure about gold because gold is heavily manipulated, like I've said in prior videos, where I think it's like 1,000 to 1 paper gold contracts to 1 ounce of physical gold. All right, so now we have Satoshi Flipper. Definitely follow this guy. He says year over year, CPI is expected to drop from 4.9% to 4% tomorrow. If that's the case, we may surely get that pause on Wednesday. All right, so that is what's happening. People are interested in the FOMC meeting, which is this week, and the CPI this week. So if it turns out to be good news, then they might pause interest rates. Either way, I don't really care what they do. I think crypto is going to go ballistic pretty soon. Next, we have Unusual Whales saying the Fed has made 10 consecutive rate hikes. Will they make another one in June? Possibly. Who knows? Next, we have Eric Voorhees saying if Gary Gensler believed in democracy, perhaps he'd take a vote on Binance customers. Of course, probably 9 out of 10 would vote in favor of Binance, which is a stronger Democratic endorsement than the Democrats have ever received. So yeah, CZ actually, he responded to CZ there. He said, wonder if he ever reads the comments under his post. He's talking about Gary Gensler. For the consumers he is supposed to protect. Yeah, he's definitely not protecting anybody. So let's actually go to Miles Dusher now, who says, let me get this straight. So the SEC says that Coinbase has operated as an unregistered broker since 2019. Yet Coinbase IPO'd in April of 2021. So you're telling me that the SEC let an unregistered broker IPO after carrying out due diligence? Well done, Gary. Yes, he's a fraudster. He's a scam artist. Gary Gensler is the biggest scam artist, or the most popular scam artist. He's bigger than anyone. Next, let's move on to altcoin Gordon. He says, so the SEC goes public in 2021, then sues it for being an unregistered broker since 2019. He says, get your act together, lads. Next, we have Kaleo, Crypto Kaleo. He says the SEC has declared full-blown war on the crypto industry. If you don't think Gary Gensler will eventually come to Bitcoin, you are blind. Yes, you heard that straight. That is what's going to be happening. Whether you believe it or not, I have a lot of friends that are Bitcoin maxis that say that's never going to happen. Why would they ever go after Bitcoin? Guys, this is a central bank. Bitcoin and crypto compete against central banks. Full stop, all right? So they are definitely going to be coming after that. And with all these people cheering on Gary Gensler and attacking these altcoins, they have no idea that Bitcoin is going to be next. I can guarantee you that one. So let this be a reminder that these regulators are not your friend, and that blockchain technology can provide so much more transparency than any of these snakes that work for Goldman Sachs and the Federal Reserve, which, if you don't understand the Federal Reserve, a good book, once again, is called The Creature from Jekyll Island. That's all I have. Please like and subscribe. And hey, you should check out the CT Club down below so you get to see what I'm thinking on a daily basis or a multi-daily basis. Talk to you soon. Bye.